Hey everyone, it's Adam here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought I could do a Jones video. You guys have been asking for it for a very, very long time. A video all about my snake. So today we need to clean his tank. The glass doesn't need cleaning necessarily, but all new bedding, change his water, and then clean up some snake poo. That's fun. Do a little bit of handling, and then tonight I'll be feeding him as well. Yo, check out the weather this morning. It is super rare for snow to actually stick like this in the middle of Toronto. Okay, so you'll have to apologize about the glare on the tank. I've never figured out quite how to film this tank very well. You guys can actually see him there lying underneath his water bowl. And then over here, some viewer discretion is advised. He laid quite a large poo. So we have to clean that. I'm gonna lift the bowl and get him out from under there, handle him a bit so he calms down, and then I'm gonna put him in this box. Look, I got some old snake skins. That's his old water bowl. I took this thing out since last time you saw because it kind of just got in the way and he never uses it. I upgraded his water bowl to a bigger one, and then I got a snake skin here. That's kind of gross, but so I have this box to put him in because no one's with me, so I have to put him somewhere where he won't slither away while I clean his stuff. So I'm gonna put him in there. Okay, so take this stuff off. Oh, and I want to show you guys something. I don't know if I've shown you guys this or not, but in here, this is all Jones's stuff. I have all his old snake skins. I keep them more because throwing them out just kind of seems weird, and it's like, I don't know, parents keep kids' teeth. It's kind of the same, I suppose. But yeah, we got the bedding in here. We're gonna be replacing some glass cleaner, his pooper scooper, snake hook, which I used when he was small and fragile. Don't really need this anymore. And then old stuff like this old water bowl. Everything for Jones kind of just goes in here. Let's take this tub down. Okay. I got this pillowcase was from when I transported him from my old house in my truck and I brought him here. I wrapped him up in this pillowcase, tied that, and then he sat in this box on acoustic foam, and I put two panels of it together and then put him on this, just kind of to absorb the vibrations when I drove him here in my truck. So that's why that's there. I don't really need this. Okay, so now I'm gonna get him out of the tank and handle him for a bit, and I'll try and film that for you guys. It's always very, very difficult because he wants to go where he wants to go, but I'm gonna try and film that, handle him a bit so that he calms down and he's like, okay, I'm in a new environment, and then I'm gonna put him in the box so that we can get to work cleaning out this. And I'm surprised he hasn't woken up yet because I've been rummaging around here and normally he likes to see what I'm doing, so let's go get him. So trying to put up with some of the world's worst glare, you're gonna have to excuse me. You can see the windows back there, but so we will take off the roof. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I haven't handled Jones in a while, like as much as I should, and the past 2 times I fed him, I haven't handled him, so he might be expecting food right now, but he's not gonna get any food, so we'll see how he reacts. This should be interesting. So I'm gonna lift his water off first, because that's gotta get out of the way anyways, and that'll probably wake him up. And his new water bowl is super heavy. Oh, look at that. He's totally about to go in a shed. He's so pink. So this is where things get interesting, trying to film him. So I'm gonna try here, guys. Ugh. Smile for the thumbnail, Jones. Yeah, so guys, he's super pink. I'm gonna go ahead and set him down right now in the cage because I didn't realize he was this far in a shed, so I don't wanna handle him too much. And then we can get started on cleaning up his home. Let's actually throw the pillowcase in there so he has something to bury in. Let go. Now, if anybody has one, you know corn snakes are master escape artists. So we got a locking mechanism on the tub lid, so he'll be safe. Okay, so I've done my best to achieve a overhead angle. It's not the best, but again, filming these glass snake terrariums is very difficult. But we have our trusty pooper scooper. And what's nice is since we're cleaning out all the bedding and changing it over, I don't have to just scoop the poops. I can actually scoop all the material into this plastic bag. So let's get started with that. It might be a little awkward because the camera's right in front of the tank, but let's try it. So here's the log. Take that out. Look at how packed with bedding it is, eh? Can't forget the little tree, and you can't see it because it fell down the other day, but under the bedding is the old bamboo rod. If you guys remember from the day I got him, this has been in his tank since the very start. That bamboo rod and this tree are the only thing that are still there. He doesn't use this tree, he doesn't touch this tree, but it's from his very first tank when he was a little baby, so I keep it. Got the magnetic thermometers. I got one on the cold side and one on the hot side. These are really good. As well as a probe thermometer, and I have this probe thermometer to measure because the heat pad is under this corner. Here we go. So yesterday, this happened. I don't think that's throw up. It's just like he had a really splattery poo. But he did this on the glass because the bedding went to about here. And then I saw this splatter, and that's kind of what sparked the idea for this video, because I was like, well, I guess if I have to clean the glass there, I have to get him out. And if I have to get him out and remove everything, I might as well just do a deep clean. And that is why I chose to do this full reboot of his terrarium. I'm not sure what that is. It's kind of white, as you can see. But I got some all natural glass cleaner, and we are going to get rid of that crap. Oh yeah, that came right off. So the rest of his glass is fairly clean. It was really just that one patch. I don't want to go over all the rest of the glass with water in case I make it worse, but I think this is good. And now, without further ado, bedding. Okay, so brand new bedding all put in place. Now it's time to just start putting everything back in. Okay, so starting with the little corner block. Actually, you know what I might do? I'm gonna do this. Move all this just right on the glass and fill it back in. Jones only likes to burrow in the thicker stuff. This is what I'm using, something special. It's the shredded aspen, but it's not the finely shredded stuff. It is dust-free and odor-free and all biodegradable and stuff, so that's good. But as you can see, there's no reptiles there, so it's more like bunnies and gerbils, the kind of stuff you use for that. Typically, if you buy the snake branded stuff, it's a little bit finer than this, a little less chippy, a little more shreddy, if that makes any sense. For almost a year, that's what I used, and Jones, a corn snake, which if you don't know, rather than up high like tree snakes, they like to bury and burrow in their bedding, and Jones never did. I don't know if it's because he was young or what, but as soon as I switched over to this stuff just to try, he started burrowing in it immediately. So he prefers this. So that's a little tip. Because he's a corn snake and stuff and not an exotic snake, you don't want to use coconut or anything weird like that for him. Aspen is just a really safe bet. My favorite thing about the aspen is there's no dust. As you can see, I just tossed in a full bag of this, and a lot of other bedding, you'd get a thin like dust element thing just forming all over the glass, but no dust, which is great. It smells a little more than some others, I feel, and aspen isn't the best smell. It kind of smells like, you know, gerbil, but that's only when your face is right in the tank. You can't like smell it when you enter the room, so it doesn't bother me. I'm wearing this sweater because it's a really cold day and snowy, so I want to get nice and bundled up, but all the aspen bedding sticks to it. It was kind of a stupid idea. Okay, so I just went over and filled up his bowl in the kitchen. I use the water from my Brita filter. I don't know, why doesn't a snake deserve filtered water, right? And then I go ahead and put in some of this ReptiSafe, which just kind of eliminates nasty chemicals and treats the water so that it's safe for reptiles, I guess. So I put a bit of that in there. Put the water back. I just sit the water on top of the bedding because for some reason he likes to go under it. So I'm gonna leave it that way so he can do that. I'm actually not going to be putting the old bamboo rod back in. It was great when he was small. It's kind of like a jungle gym. It allowed him to learn about maneuvering and stuff, but it's kind of, the suction cups aren't strong enough for his weight anymore, and it just falls and then gets lost, and it will not be returning. But the classic tree will. This tree will stay with him till the end of time. I just sit that back there, and we'll put our thermometers back. We got one here. This is the cooler side, and then his heat pad is over here on the warmer side. So I put this one up high just to kind of moderate the regular air on this side, and then I actually take the probe thermometer and seed that all the way down right to the heat pad, and that lets me know that the heat pad is always properly distributing the heat. And that about does it, guys. So I'm going to put Jones back in here, and then I typically like to feed him in the evenings, but for the sake of this video, we'll just feed him. He's awake anyways now, so I'll put him back, then we'll go get a mouse. Obviously, viewer discretion for the rest of the video, but although some people may find it disturbing, a lot of you guys have been asking for mice feeding videos just to watch him eat, so let's do that. Got this old paper bag. I guess you guys can assume what's in here, so begin the viewer discussion. I take the feeding tongs and go in, grab one of these, close this back up. Now I'm gonna run this water and make sure it's hot. And then once it's nice and scorching, bring it over here, fill this up. And then I'm sorry to get a little detailed here, but once the water's high enough that the mouse can be submerged, I take the feeding tongs and I rest them on the mouse to keep it down. Hey, it's the circle of life, folks. Animals gotta eat. All right, guys, so I've gone handheld here because I can't really think of a good way to film this with the tripod, so handheld, and Jones is just back there. I have the mouse over there. Now, Jones has this little thing in his tank that allows me to simply do that, and I enjoy that. Thaw that out. Gonna try and do a good job filming here. Come on. Get it! He missed it. Shoot. He'll smell it and then he'll get it. So sorry guys, that was really hard to film because he went to strike it and he totally missed and dodged it. And then I had it soaking a little too long because I was setting up cameras and stuff. So the mice, if the mouse loses its mousy scent, because that's how they go, right, is scent. So I don't think he could smell it because it was right beside him, but figured it out. He went head first, which is what you always want. So great. And I'm gonna try and just put this camera on the tripod and time lapse this. Alright guys, so he's just got the tail hanging out now, but I think that's pretty good for the time lapse, so it's down. He's either just starting to go into shed, or he's been in shed for a few days and he's about to shed. Because what happens is when a snake goes to shed, they get really gray and cloudy first, and then the day before it comes off, they clear right up. And you'll see their eyes will go all murky, it'll look like they have cataracts. And it's like half murky right now. That's either the starting of him going into shed, or he's been in shed for like 2 days, because I haven't seen him around the tank, so it's hard to say. There we go, he's got it down.